Anybody that knows me knows I love me some Mastodon, so whenever they debuted Sultan's Curse last week, I knew I'd have to learn it and share the goodies with you guys. So this week on Weekend Wankshop, we're going to take a look at a riff-by-riff breakdown of this hot new jam. Hey there kids, and thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Weekend Wankshop. Here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben.
If you hear any snoring during this episode, it's because of this guy.
This week I'm going to show you how to play all the main rhythm guitar riffs in the song, and in order to do that, you're going to need to tune your guitar down one whole step. So your tuning from low to high will be D, G, C, F, A, D. D standard, that's kind of the normal default Mastodon tuning. If you'd like full tabs for this song, be sure to visit my Instagram page over at BenEllerGuitars. I'll put up complete tabs for every riff on the song there. You don't have to have an Instagram account to see them either. My account's public, so even if you don't do Instagram, you can go to the website, look at BenEllerGuitars, find me, find the tabs, and learn how to play it. Let's start off with that big nasty riff that kicks the tune off at stepdad speed. This riff adheres to the classic metal tradition of palm muting any of the open 6th-string notes and not palm muting any of the other stuff. So if you're playing any of these little chord parts or any of the little licks, they are not palm muted. But if it's an open low E string, just assume that it is palm muted. So your first move is on the low E string. You're going to play this little gallopy rhythm. That was down, down, up, down. Then you're going to play this sliding power chord here. I've got my 8th fret A, my 10th fret D held down. I'm going to hit those two notes and then slide them down a fret. I didn't pick them both, just picked the first one and then did a slide. So now you got this. Follow that with this little bit. So on the E there, that was dun, 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 down, 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 down. And then I'm hitting the 7th fret low E string, kind of sliding into it from about 5. 5th fret A, back to 7th fret E. So this next riff right here, I'm kind of playing a composite of Brent and Bill's parts because they have a little harmony action going on, but you can play them both at the same time on one guitar if you play them like this. Play that same little short gallop rhythm on the low E string. Then you're going to play this here. I've got the 8th fret A, 7th fret D. Strike those two notes and then slide it down a fret. So I just slid that down one fret lower, so I end up on 7 and 6. And then here's what's going to get a little weird here. You're going to hit the G open and hammer on to 10. You're going to hit B. Then you're going to hit D. That D is very much just kind of an accidental that leads into the next part. But it sounds like... After this, you're going to play the 8th A and 12th D. Again, I'm quite sure this is kind of a harmony between Brent and Bill, but we can play them both at the same time. That's the weirdest part of the whole riff, and probably of the whole song, really. Notice I like to grab that B string here with my middle finger on my picking hand. That's just kind of classic Mastodon style. The second half of this riff starts off the exact same as the first half, with that kind of power chord and then 5-7-5 lick. And then you play this a little bit. So this is starting off with that same little gallopy rhythm on the low E string. I'm hitting an 8th fret E, 10th fret A power chord, sliding down a fret. So I've ended up on 7 and 9. One low E string. Then I'm going to hit the 5th fret and 7th fret here, 5th E, 7th A power chord, slide it down a fret. So now you have this. Then you're going to have 2 E's before you come down to an F power chord in here, 1st fret E, 3rd fret A. So that little ending is... So overall, this is a classic A-B-A-C structure riff. You got part A, part B, part A again, and then part C. This serves as the verse of the song too, so this kicks it off and continues through the first verse. Chorus riff goes something like this. seen a lot of cover videos of people playing this part with a regular sort of A minor shape. Like that. I don't think that's how Mastodon's doing it though. That open B rings a little different. Plus the way it plays into the second lick in the chorus is a little different if you do it the way that I'm going to show you here. So I'm starting off here by hitting the open A string. And then what I'm doing here is grabbing the 2nd fret D and 5th fret G. That's kind of root 5th and flat 3rd of an A minor chord. Then what I'm doing is moving that G string down a fret. So now I've got open 2 and 4 on the A, D, and G strings. So that went. After you play that A minor stuff, you got this little lick. That's just classic Mastodon sounding stuff right there. Creepy chords and open strings and hammer-ons and all that jazz. They've done that in a lot of songs. I'm hitting the open D, hammering onto 1st fret D with my 1st finger. Open G, hammering onto 2nd with my 3rd finger. Open B, hammering to 1st fret B with my middle finger. Kind of feels like a D chord on the wrong strings and on the wrong fret, you know? It's that kind of shape though. Open high E. Then you're gonna hit that 1st B you're holding down, and that 2nd G you're holding down. And then that 1st fret D you're holding down. So you pretty much do the hammer-ons through the chord and then just up pick through the rest of it. After that, you're going to return to your 2nd D, 5th G sort of shape that started the chorus out. You're going to go like this. This is what I'm talking about. This is a little different than playing in this position. So I'm playing the open A string, then striking that whole chord 2 times. I'm going to pick that 5th fret G string 2 times and slide up a whole step to 7, and then play the 4th fret G. So that was... And then this little dude, which is a real finger twister for me for some reason. It's a first inversion D minor chord. Kind of the same idea as the last part. We're going to be doing some hammer-ons into a chord shape here. Hit the open D, hammering to 3rd. Open G, hammering to 2. Open B, hammering to 3. So you got 1st fret high E. Then pick that 3rd B, 2nd G, and 3rd D that you're already holding down. So you're pretty much just sort of hammering into this shape here. 3, 2, 3, 1. Just like that. So you have your A minor stuff, the 1st fret lick, the A minor stuff with a little slide, and then your D minor part. And that just repeats. That's the chorus of the song. After that, it'll go back through the verse, just like before, and it'll do a chorus, just like before. It's a little longer this time around, but exact same 2 riffs go through again. Next, we'll get to the first section of the bridge, which goes like this. So that first inversion D minor you were using in the chorus is the first chord of the bridge. So it's that same 3rd D, 2nd G, 3rd B, 1st E. And all you're doing is just arpeggiating that with your pick down and up. So I'm going to hit the D string, G string, B string, high E string, B string, and G string. Just like that. This section has that really awesome Leslie effect, that rotating speaker sound on it, that Mastodon has used their whole career. I love it whenever they do that kind of thing. So yeah, that's your first chord. And then the second chord in here is this guy. I think of this as an E7 flat 9 chord. I'm going to have the 2nd fret D string, 1st fret G, open B, so for right now the B string isn't fretted. Then I'm going to fret the 3rd fret B with my little finger here, or you could use your 3rd finger, I guess. Then you're going to grab the 1st fret high E, I do it with a bar, and then play that 3rd fret B that you're holding down again. So that's... And the bridge just rotates those 2 chords back and forth. So you get your D minor, E7 flat 9. Just like that. And then we get to the big burly bridge riff. So kind of like the main riff, this verse has some chug-a-lugs here on that open low E string. Again, that's down, down, up, down. Real important with those gallops. Don't go down, up, or anything like that, or try to do all downstroke. It's down, down, up, down. After that chugging pattern, you're going to hit a 7th fret A, 9th fret D power chord. It's the E power chord. And slide it down a whole step. So I went from 7 to 9 to 5 and 7. After that, you're going to play this little minor third dyad here. I've got my 9th fret A and my 7th fret D. You can kind of look at it as a reverse power chord sort of shape if you want to see the form of it. Just like that. After that, you're going to play the same little gallopy chug on the E, followed by 10th fret A and 9th fret D together 2 times. So that front half of the riff is... After this, we have this. So this is the same little chugging pattern on the E. Then we're hitting 12th A and 10th D, sliding down to 10th A, 9th D. This is one of those things that's kind of, sort of like the first finger is sliding and the ring finger is kind of doing a pull off to the middle finger. So yeah, anyway, 12 and 10 to 10 and 9. Pick them again. So now you got... After this, same chugging pattern on the E. And then I'm hitting the 9th A, 7th D, sliding up to 10th and 9th again. Same deal, the third finger slides up, and then basically I'm kind of doing a hammer-on from the first finger to the second finger to make that 7 to 9 exchange happen. After that, play the first half of the riff again. Then you play this little G major 7 arpeggio. Playing the 12th fret D, pulling off to 9, 10th A, 9th A, hammering on to 10, 9th D. That's the whole sequence. So there's a lot of legato in there. Pick, pull, pick, hammer, pick. That's kind of the picking there. You do that arpeggio twice in a row just like that. So altogether we should have... and your arpeggio. The main rhythm guitar part on the next section is nearly impossible to hear. There's 100 other guitars overdubbed on top of it. The vocal is really loud on this part, so I'm not going to swear on my life that this part is 100% accurate. But just to show you what I'm hearing, I'll play this along with the recording playing behind me so you can hear how it hopefully fits in. Like I said, I will not bet my life on the fact that that is exactly 100% perfect. It's so hard to hear over all those other guitars, but this is in the ballpark at least. So this first section here, starting off with the 2nd fret low E string, 4th fret A. Gonna hit those 2 notes together and slide up a fret. I'm gonna hit that power chord 2 times before I slide back down. So that's... and then just hit an E power chord, open E, 2nd A. Just like that. And then he does that again. And then we get to this little lick, which is the part I'm really not sure about. But it sounds to me like he's doing open A, hammering on to 2, hammering on to 3, then hitting the open D string, kind of letting those notes ring out together. Mastodon loves those ringy, chordy things like that. Then you're going to hit the 3rd A, 2nd A, and then open A, hammering back onto 2. So that was then right into your E power chord again. And you just basically rotate those 2 endings. And this time you do the lick. This time it's got the power chords. This time it's got the lick. I think. And then we got one more nasty riff under the guitar solo as the song ends. I haven't figured out the guitar solo yet, but whenever I do, I'll make a video on it as well. But here's the riff that goes behind it. Okay, so a lot of chugs on the E string with some little dyads on the A and D string. All these chugs are just going to be 3 notes. Then you're going to hit these dyads 2 times each. This is an ABAC type riff. Here's part A. I'm doing that low E string 3 times. Then I'm hitting the 7th A and 5th D. Little minor 3rd dyad. Next you're going to hit that E 3 times. Then hit a little major 3rd dyad on the 2nd fret here. I've got 2nd A, 1st D. Next, take that up a fret. So I'm on 3 and 2. And next, take that up 2 more frets. So now I'm on 5 and 4. So that's section A of the riff. Section B goes like this. Here what I'm doing is I'm hitting that E 3 times, then my major dyad here at fret number 10 at G. So I've got 10th A, 9th D. Next, take that dyad back to fret 5. So I'm on 5 and 4 here. After this, we're going to hit 3 E's, and then we're going to play 9th A and 7th D. A little minor dyad right there. And then play that same shape, but at fret number 6 and 4. So that was section B. It went. After this, play section A again. Which brings us to section C, which is only different from section B by 1 chord. Check this out. So it's the 3rd chord's a different one. Otherwise, it's identical. 3 chugs, then your 10 and 9 dyad. 3 chugs, then your 5 and 4 dyad. Here's where it gets different. 3 chugs. And here I'm doing a little flat 5 dyad. This is the 9th fret A and 10th fret D. Follow that up with 3 chugs and your 6 and 4 dyad. That's it. So part A, part B, part A again, and part C. That's it. So there you go, guys, a complete tutorial on how to riff your way through that hot new Mastodon jam. Big thanks to my buddy John Cooper at Cooper Amps here in Knoxville, Tennessee for letting me borrow his slick Les Paul again. This thing is so awesome. John also built the awesome Cooper Sport 30 amp I was playing through today, which I was getting dirt off from a Wampler Pinnacle distortion pedal. Really, really awesome stuff. He's a great amp tech and amp builder. Be sure to follow him on Instagram. I'll put his name up on the screen right now. Thank you guys as always for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BenEllerGuitars. You can also find me over on Facebook. Please go like my new Facebook fan page, facebook.com/Uncle Ben Eller. And if you're interested in booking some one-on-one Skype lessons with me, drop me a line, BenEllerGuitars@gmail.com. Also, thanks to Mastodon for continually being one of the most awesome bands on the planet. Already really excited about their new record, which should be coming out I think March 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Really looking forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for another cool lesson next week. Cheers.